Hi, ESL3. So today we are going to be doing some notes. Let me go ahead and put this in present mode for us. So we are going to be learning about connotation and denotation. So really what I'm asking you is, what is the power of words? So let's go ahead and look first at our bell ringer for this morning. So this is our bell ringer. Do you believe that words have power? What do you think our word choices matter? Um, or why do you think our word choices matter when we write? So you're free to have whatever opinion that you want on this question. Maybe you do think that words have power, maybe you don't. But I want you to explain to me why. So what I need you to do first is go ahead and write your response right here on the slides that you're going to be turning in to me. And then after you're done with that, you will post you reading your response on Flipgrid and comment on another classmate's response. Okay, telling them if you agree or disagree with them. So let's go ahead and jump into the notes. If you have any questions about the bell ringer, let me know. So, what is connotation? What is denotation? So, connotation is the emotional or imaginative association surrounding a word. So, it's all of those feelings that you get when you read that word. What kind of memories does it put into your head? Now, denotation is just the strict dictionary definition of that word. So it's pretty cut and dry. There's no emotional or memory jogging like experience when you read that word. So right now, these are the two definitions we're working with, but I'll explain more about what these mean. So here is a famous quote that people often say. So you may live in a house, but we live in a home. So there's a very, very subtle difference, right, between house and home. Because if you were to look up those words in the dictionary, you would find that both words have approximately the same meaning, right? It means a dwelling place, so a place where you live. But however, when people use those two words, they have a different emotional experience when they use those words. So, for example, a house is just like a building, right? It's somewhere where someone lives. But a home, it has a very intense meaning, and emotional connection to a person. It brings back memories of their childhood at their childhood home. So it brings up feelings of love, security, and happiness if they had a happy childhood. So when people are saying, you may live in a house, but we live in a home, they're saying, okay, you have somewhere to live, but I have a family, a loving family that takes care of me, right? So let's look at some of the denotations here. So aside from the strict dictionary definition or denotation, many people associate home with the things I already talked about. So these associations are called connotations. So they think about love, their mother, their father, their sisters and brothers, uncles and aunts, grandparents, those people that they love that live in that house. Comfort, they think, okay, geez, this is the place where I can finally relax. I can take off my like face that I've been wearing all day to associate with other people, and I can just be myself. Security. So often your home is a place where you feel safe, or you should feel safe, right? Now, privacy is also a big one with home, right? So when you're at home, you feel like no one is looking at you, you don't feel uncomfortable. So when people have those connotation feelings of home, it's bringing to their minds all of those warm and fuzzy feelings. So it's a really positive connotation. And we're going to dive into more what positive and what negative connotation really means. So let's look at our next slide here. So I want to ask you guys this question, and you're going to answer this on the slide. So, when you think of your own home, so your own home, what word or words come into your mind? So that's one part of the question that you're going to answer. And also, why do you think that real estate agents, so those are people that sell houses, why do you think that they would intentionally use the word home when they're trying to sell a building or a house more often than they use the word house? So, why do you think that they intentionally use the word home when they're trying to pitch to the people they're selling to? What would be the purpose of that? So, answer these two questions for me right here on your slides so I can read them and later share them with the whole class. Okay, now let's dive into a little bit more notes on connotation. So connotation, again, was those various feelings, images, memories that surround a word to make up its connotation. So, example, although house and home have the same denotation, the same dictionary definition, they have very different connotations. So, very important thing that we say sometimes in English is, I know what you said, but what do you mean by that? So have you ever been texting with someone or try and talk to someone on the phone and they're like, okay, I know you said that you're comfortable doing this, but what exactly do you really mean? So let's look at two different sentences where we're using words that have the same denotation. So they mean the exact same thing by the dictionary. But actually, when two people say these different words, they have a different meaning when they're saying it. So here's our first sentence. We bought inexpensive souvenirs at the amusement park. So inexpensive means that it didn't cost you a lot of money. So this is a positive connotation, right? We all love to save money. I love to save money. Now let's read the other sentence. We bought cheap souvenirs at the amusement park. Now, for some people, the word cheap could have perhaps a positive connotation, right? It makes you think of all of the money that you're saving in your wallet because it was cheap. But I'm here to tell you that the word cheap in English actually carries a negative connotation. So, like if I was looking at someone's clothes and I said, oh, wow, that looks really cheap. I'm saying that it looks trashy, it looks bad, it doesn't look any good, right? So, very interesting. So, this in English, this is what we call the subtleties of English. Um, how two words that have the same denotation, same dictionary definition, can have extremely different meanings when we actually say those words. So I know what you said, but what did you mean, right? So now it's your turn. So I would like you to pick the word that you feel like has a positive connotation in this sentence, for this sentence. So here are your choices. Everyone had a smile or smirk on his or her face on the ride home. So what you'll need to do on your copy of your Google Slides is erase the one that you don't think fits and just leave the one that you think is the positive connotation. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So now let's try to change the sentence to have a negative connotation, right? So I ate a, and these are your two choices for words, soggy or moist sandwich. So erase the one that you think is wrong, that isn't a negative connotation, and just leave the one that you think is correct. And I'll go over these answers on our next Google Class session. Okay, so now I really want you to sort these words. So which ones do you think are positive? I want you to decide. So these are the words that we have. We have average, childish, spit, antique, mediocre, childlike, saliva, and old-fashioned. So if you notice, so I'll get my pen out here. Average and mediocre have the same denotation in the dictionary. Childish and childlike have the same dictionary definition. Spit and saliva, same thing, same definition. And antique and old-fashioned have the same definition. But I want you to figure out which one is positive and which one is negative. Because people, this is the power of words, right? People choose these words on purpose in order to convey like distaste, which means that they don't like something, or to convey that they do like something, right? To give someone positive memories or bad memories. So here on this slide, I would like you to sort those words. So go ahead and put your positive connotation words here, and you'll put your negative connotation words here. Now, if you guys have any questions, you can join our Google Meet for today. So if you go back to the Google Classroom view assignment, I have a Google Meet for any questions that you have about this homework. Please do utilize that time. I would love to hear from you guys. So see you soon. Bye, guys.